Let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Fold in late 2022. Now, I've had this device now for going on almost 2 years. And I gotta say, this was my very first foldable device. And I was so excited, when I finally got this. But keep in mind, this thing was $2,000. I did not pay $2,000 for this. Now, when I first reviewed this a few years ago, I got it and because I just wanted to review it, to help out my channel. Then I sent it back, but I waited till the price dropped. I mean, really, really low, like really, really low, like three times less, like around five something maybe. Then I went and got this because to me it was worth it at that time. Now $2,000 is a lot of money, but you have to keep in mind it was the first foldable on the market, and Samsung, I look, nobody should spend $2,000 for no device. No one. Because, like I said, a year and a half later, the value of this phone dropped so dramatically. So it doesn't make any sense to pay that much. But anyway, I've had this now for quite a while, and I really, really like this device. Now, the Z Fold 2, I have that too. That's actually better, only because the screen on the front is so much bigger, and you have the small hole punch in the inside, and you don't have that notch. So there's, to me, the Z Fold 2 is a better overall device, but I still like this one too because this one is not as wide. Now it's more compact. The build quality on this is excellent, even though I got this case on it, but the build quality is excellent, of course. The display is beautiful, as you can see, even on the outer display now. It's a Super AMOLED display on the outside, 4.6 inches. And of course, on the inside, you have the 7.3-inch dynamic AMOLED display. And of course, you have the little notch up here because of the two cameras. But as you can see, the display is beautiful. It's top notch. It's still beautiful to this day. Now, I love this device. Now, let me just say this. Now, let me just talk real quick. Now, the hinge on this is not as good as the Z Fold 2. Remember, keep in mind, this was the first Samsung Triad foldable. So, of course, there's no, what you call it, flex mode on this. But once you open it, it is going to stay open. So, there's no problem with that. But it's not as stiff as, the newer models. But it opens up fine. Actually, it's a lot easier to open up and close. So say if I wanted to close this, that's all I had to do. Listen to it. Just push down in the middle and easily close it. As opposed to, now I can't do that with the Z Fold 2. But I can definitely do that with this and just flip it over like that. You can't do that with the newer models. So for some of you that, you like this device, and I still like it, it's loose to the point where you could literally, boom, one-handed. So I like it. But anyway, so now with this one, keep in mind, you do have your fingerprint sensor that works pretty good. And then you got the power button, and then you got your volume rockers. Now with the Z Fold 2, the power button and the fingerprint sensor are the same. And then you got the volume rocker. So sometime when I'm using this, I forget that. And I'm always pushing hard on the fingerprint sensor thing as the power button when it's not. But this was Samsung's first try. I thought they did an excellent job with this device. The reason why I'm talking about it, as you can see, of course, you can see the crease, especially in direct sunlight, but there's no cracks. There's no cracks. I have had zero issues with the display on this device. And it's been well over 2 years. A lot of folding. Most of the time, I keep it folded. Absolutely no cracks whatsoever. None. No issues. You don't see any. None. So they did a great job when they built this. And they built this to last. Now, the hinge is not as sturdy, like I said, as the newer models. But as far as the display holding up, the display has held up just fine. No problems. Now, also with this device, you got dual stereo speakers. You got a speaker at the top, a speaker at the bottom that are separated from the earpiece, which I like a lot. And these speakers, when I first heard them, when I first got this device, they absolutely blew my mind. These are the kind of speakers that should have been on the S20 Ultra and the Note 20 Ultra. I don't know why they didn't do that, but these speakers here are excellent. These are some of the best speakers that I have on any of my smart devices. So the speakers on here are top notch, and I'm sure if you have this device, many of you out there, you already know that. Now you do get your face unlock on here as well. You know, one of the other things that I really like about this device a lot, and one of my favorite things, now it didn't come with expandable storage, which I believe it should have based on that price. Definitely $2,000 and no expandable storage. I thought that was ridiculous. But they started out with 512 gigs. That was the base storage. Now, for that much, I think they should have had a terabyte too, option. But to me, 512 for that price, I'm okay with that. Now, really, it should have had expandable storage, but for 512, I can live with that. And of course, Samsung did something dumb. They go from 512, which it should have been on this, and with the Z Fold 2 and the 3 and the 4, the base storage is 256. They took away 250 gigs of storage, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Because those devices are still almost $2,000 when you add in the taxes. So for those of you that have this, I know you are very happy that you have 512 gigs of internal storage and you good. Because as soon as they came out with the Z Fold 2, they cut that in half, which made no sense to me whatsoever. And you know what else I liked about this? You got a nice presentation on this. The way the box opened up and the thing came up, and you got a case, you got earbuds, and you got a charger. So you got a real unboxing experience, which you want. You only open your phone one time and you want a good experience. So I just thought it was ridiculous that now all you get is a charging cable. Now, for those of you that think it's okay for them to just keep, giving you less and less and not giving you nothing, no presentation, no nothing, good for you. Y'all can do what you want. Now, for me, my next fold's going to be the Vivo X Fold, because you get a real boxing experience. You get headphones, you get a case, you get a charger. You get a real unboxing experience. Also, with the X Note, you get the whole package, something Samsung used to give you. Charger, case, headphones. And with this, I mean, not with this one, but with the Z Fold 2, the 3, and the 4, they don't want to give you nothing. Now, with the Z Fold 2, they at least gave you a charger, but they ain't give you nothing else. But anyway, back to this. Excellent phone. Really no issues. The only thing that bothers me is that it charges so slow. Only 15 watt fast charging, which is super slow, and the slow wireless charging. But it has it. It also has reverse wireless charging. Also, keep in mind, you're getting Samsung DeX on here. So that's important for those of you that like Samsung DeX and you use it. It's on this device. Now, the inside display, I forgot to mention 7.3-inch dynamic AMOLED display, HDR10 Plus, is excellent. It's beautiful. It's bright. It's vivid. I'm at 100% brightness. You get your edge panels, which you normally get with a Samsung device, as you can see there. You get your edge lighting, your Samsung Notes, secure folder. And when it comes to being upgradable, now this is going to get upgraded to Android 12. Now, this one hasn't upgraded to Android 12 only because I don't have a SIM card in here. I'm sure when I put it in here and let it stay in there for a few days, it'll finally get Android 12. But right now, it's still at Android 11. But those of you out there, let me know if your Fold has been upgraded to Android 12. So let me know in the comments. Okay, now when it comes to performance, I've had no problems with performance. It still performs very well, very snappy. It still has smooth operation, as you can see. I mean, of course, some phones are a little faster, but this is not a slow device by any means. It's Snapdragon 855. I don't have any issues with it when it comes to performance at all. It's still, as you can see, it's pretty snappy, pretty smooth. Everything comes up right away. I like it. So performance, no issues when it comes to performance. Sorry, I didn't mean to open that up. Yeah, you can see. No problems when it comes to performance. So performance has been good. And it's pretty much been the same since day one. Okay. Now, comes with a 4,380 milliamp hour battery. I'm still getting a day and a half on this device. Now, I'm talking almost 2 years, and I'm still getting a day and a half. So, the battery degradation that people talk about, I have not experienced it on this device. And I'm talking 100% brightness. I'm talking always on display on all the time. I use my phones moderate to heavy, still getting a day and a half. And when it comes to the cameras, of course, you get 2 cameras on the inside of the display. You get your 3 on the outside, and you get 1 in the front. And these can't compete with Samsung's newer devices as far as camera quality. But for me, the camera quality on this device is still really good, especially in good lighting conditions. I don't have any issues with the cameras when it comes to this. Now, like I said, they're not on the level of the other newer cameras, which they shouldn't be because those are newer with more, high tech in them. But just for the average person that you're not heavily into cameras, you're just not in it. You just want something that's, you can be able to just take a decent picture. You're not gonna have any problems with the cameras on this device. Not at all. Not at all. You're gonna be fine. Now, also, I love these lock screen live wallpapers. I love this. And I got 2 different ones. One on the front is different. I like that. You could have 2 different uh, live lock screen wallpapers. Also, you can go, say if you're watching something, you can go from watching it from the cover screen to watching it on the front screen. Let me make sure I turn this volume down so I don't have any issues with nobody. Hey, I was watching Star Trek because I'm a Trekkie. So, say if you're watching this, and you can see that it looks good. I got it cropped in because I want the whole display experience. I don't want no black bars. But you close this up, and it continues right on the front display. Love that. So you're not missing anything. For those of you that have this and think only the newer ones do it, no, this does it too. Open it right back up and keep on going. So I love that. So I still really like this device. That's why I've kept it. And a big reason is the 512 gigs of storage, because my Z Fold 2 only has 256, and I'm telling you, I need a lot of storage. Let me show you something real quick. Okay. Do you see all of this? You see all these folders? These are a lot of folders, and I need the storage. That's why I'm a storage monster. I need a lot of storage. But like I said, if you could find this in really great condition at a really low price, you should definitely jump on it and grab it. It'll definitely be worth it, and you'll love it. Now, if this don't really bother you, and of course, just like most things, you'll get used to it, or you could just use a black wallpaper, and then you won't even see that at all. You're only going to really see it if you're using a type of wallpaper like this. But if you're using really a dark wallpaper, you're not going to see it. And then when you play movies, it's going to go away altogether. You're not going to see it. You can get it to conform to eliminate that. See, if you see up close, see it right there? It's going to go right here. So that's not even a factor. Not a factor at all. And then if you're watching YouTube, you're not going to see it either because it's going to cover it. Let me show you real quick. So if you go into YouTube and say you want to watch this video and you turn it around, want to watch it big, see, you're not going to see that notch. It's going to crop right to it. And you can get that in Good Lock. You can change that in Good Lock. So I like that. Of course, you get your picture in picture. Of course, you get what's that called? Multitasking, which is cool. Now, probably when I upgrade this to let me see. Let me do this real quick. Show you. Split screen. So you can still do that in here. You can change the size. I know this you're supposed to be able to do, but for some reason it's not functioning. But you still got multitasking in here. So you could just open up something else. Oh, I guess maybe because I didn't open that. Okay. So you can switch sides. You could change the configuration like that. One at the top, one at the bottom. You could bring in, let me see, another app. Let me see. Say I want to bring in. Guess it didn't bring in. Hold up. See, I brought my cup up. Now I got, excuse me, Instagram. So I got my Instagram. I can move this around. So I like that. So the only thing that's missing, I don't have the taskbar, which I might get once I get Android 12. I'm sure I'll get that, but I don't have that. I do have that on my newer my Z Fold 2. I do have that. Sorry for that. Just trying to get rid of this thing. I don't know why it's keep coming back. All right, I ain't worrying about it right now. But anyway, that was my long-term review on the Samsung Galaxy Samsung Galaxy Fold, the original. This is the original. Now, this is the Z Fold 2. Now, this is bigger, it's wider, it's heavier, it's thicker, and it has a better, brighter display. Has a bigger battery, better cameras, bigger bigger, front display. And I love this. This is my favorite Fold, of course, right now. But I still like this because this is it's just more compact. I like that, and I love the storage. It has so much more storage. But of those of you that's thinking about upgrading, you should definitely upgrade to the Z Fold 2. If you get a good deal on one, and there are good deals out there, I would definitely get the Z Fold 2 for the main reason, just for that front cover display. Now, I got used to this one on here. It wasn't a problem. But if you want something just so much bigger and easy to do some things on, as far as, texting and all that, which I don't do. I really don't really text on this phone hardly at all. Honestly, I have my Note 20 for that. This is like my secondary device. But if you just need a bigger, outer display, then you should definitely consider this. And then when you open it up, of course, you only got this little, one camera, as opposed to that big old notch with the two cameras. And you're getting a wider display with thinner bezels. So, but like I said, I love both of these devices. That's why I have them. I love this one for the storage. This wasn't original. And to keep in mind, like I said, when it came out, a lot of people didn't think this phone was going to last. They thought it was going to break in half and the screen was going to get messed up. Now, for some people, I guess the screen did start cracking. Like everything is not going to be 100% perfect. But for me, I've had no issues with the display, no issues with battery life, no issues with the camera, no issues with performance, no issues with build quality. Now, I like using this case because without this case, the display looks really weird because it's nothing but a lot of big open space there. So it looks better with a case like this on there. With this one, of course, you don't need that because the whole cover display is so much bigger. But like I said, I still like this device. No issues with it at all. Speakers are great. They're awesome. They're super loud. Almost the same as these. I think they're pretty much the same speakers. So if you have this, you're good to go. Unless you have an issue with the display or performance, or you don't like the cameras, or it's something about it you just don't like and you want a bigger front cover display, then I would say upgrade to the newer models, either the Z Fold 2 or the Z Fold 3. Now, the Z Fold 3, you're going to get a little bit of water resistance. There's no water resistance or dust resistance on either one of these. But that's like I said, I've had this for almost 2 years and dust has not been a problem. And I don't have my phone near water. So that's not an issue for me. So that's not a must. But if you do want or need that, then instead of getting the 2, you should go up to the Z Fold 3. And also you're going to get S Pen compatibility. Now, I don't need the S Pen like that, especially if I can't put it into the phone. So that's not something I would need on the, newer Fold. Now, when they come out with a Fold that finally puts the S Pen inside of it, then now you're talking. But quick, that was my quick long-term review with this device. I'm still going to talk about it some more on next year, just to let y'all know that, how long it's holding up. Because like I said, if you could get this in really good condition and you're curious about folding tech, I would grab it. I would definitely grab it. So thank you very much for viewing this content. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys out there staying safe, staying well. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.